Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be jumping down into the world for Vechain, see what's been going on most recently and what I would expect to happen next. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, links in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there, so why not go ahead and check it out today. And if you're looking for a little bit more from the crypto space, everything from bear market strategies, portfolios and project reviews all the way through to trading, then why not check out the Patreon services as well in the description below. Okay guys, let's get into this. Right, Vechain paired up with USDT, so it's been a couple of days and there wasn't really too much point in doing a video yesterday. We were kind of following exactly what we were talking about the day before, but obviously it has in the Discord there was a number of people that wanted a bit of an update, so I thought I'd just do another one, although not terribly too much has really changed from the last video that we did, right? So essentially what we've got here is a big ABC structure. We were talking about going down to 2.858 a couple days ago, and yeah, we're down here now. I think we got as low as 2.850, so it was ever so slightly out there, but pretty much right on the nose in terms of where we're going to be pulling back down to. Now we're looking for the reversal and we're looking to try to climb up to 4.52. Now, this actually becomes a little bit difficult, 4.052, I should say. Just based on that we haven't got a lot of momentum behind the price right now. Okay, so if I bring that stochastic RSI back into play here, you can of course see that we are just under the oversold area, overbought area here. So we shouldn't really be thinking that we're going to get any massive kind of traction until this is much lower. Now when we take a look at this, we've got a couple of mini subwaves, so we could basically be looking at this as a small subwave, just pull back down ever so slightly, maybe a 2.95, maybe something like that, and then we grow back up again. The issue that we would have essentially is there isn't a lot of room to grow here unless this turns into a 5-wave move. So if we were to pull back down into this low range, we could probably push this out to about 3.3, maybe 3.4, and the reason for this I think essentially is going to lead us into a shorter C wave. If we put that one back and grab the actual C wave here, the issue might be that we end up with a double top scenario right up here where we actually just come up to the top of this wave A and then get rejected and we fall back down into the lower ranges. Now ideally we would like to go up to the 4-cent range, but we are running on the world of probability here and it's looking less probable that we're going to go as high as 4.052 right now. So we should be cautious at this point. We don't want to be greedy if we're in profit and all that kind of stuff. When we start approaching these higher levels, we should probably start thinking about our positions of what we want to do. Now obviously I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot offer you financial advice. I simply can give you my thoughts and opinions on what's going on the charts here, okay? And my thoughts and opinions would be that as we approach 3.4 cent, I would be incredibly nervous to be holding a trade position on Vechain. Now hodling, not a problem. All of this kind of area here for dollar cost averaging is fantastic, but I do expect us to pull back down. Once we kind of find this top area of this corrective pattern up, we should be looking to pull back down to approximately 1.8, maybe a little bit lower. Now, obviously, if we do not hit 4.052, then essentially we'll go down lower than the 1.8 to 1.77. Okay, so wherever this top comes in will determine how low we end up going next. Okay, so we want to be kind of really cautious on that. This will be pretty much aligned to Bitcoin pulling back down to 22,900 in line with its 5th wave lower, and basically we'll be then thinking about what's going on here going into Vechain and where Vechain's likely to land. Okay, so it could be anywhere between 1.7 and 1.8 cent at this point in time. So again, we just need to see how high this C wave can go before we can really call that one. The alternative is that we've already had the ABC, the 1.4 is already the top, and we're actually on a corrective pattern coming down already. This is also a possible scenario, but there should be a bounce coming up into that as well. So nothing moves down in straight lines, just be aware of that. Now, as I come across into the 8-hourly, you can of course, the 4-hourly chart here, you can of course see that we're overbought, and the same is said for the 8-hourly stochastic RSI as well, also overbought. The daily is actually in an okay spot. It's just coming out of this oversold area, but that will obviously be pulled back down into the oversold basically when we start pulling back down into those lower ranges. Now the weekly also has to have that little bit more of a correction, so these low ranges that we're going to be revisiting are going to be absolutely key for that. The monthly is actually in a really good spot already, so there's nothing to worry about from a monthly perspective, so really all we now need is this last little kind of corrective play, just taking us down towards this 1.8, 1.7 cent range. And I think then we're pretty much good for a solid bounce upwards, right? So if I were to zoom out on this, you can kind of see all of those corrective plays. I've actually bring this up into the daily. I think it's probably going to be the better one to kind of look at. You can kind of see all the corrections that are going on here. We had the larger ABC pattern, and then obviously the sub ABC, which is taking us down towards this 1.7 to 1.8% range. As we go to pull back down into those low ranges, we are talking about a 93% retracement from the previous all-time high. This is right into the bear market area. So dollar cost averaging, as I said quite a few times, anything below 80% is a really good idea in my opinion, because in a few months, years, you're not going to be thinking, damn, yeah, I'm so gutted I bought Vechain at, like, 5 cents. Essentially, you're not going to be thinking those things when you're up into new all-time highs, but you're going to be really enjoying those fantastic gains that are on your portfolio. Specifically, if we would trace down to this 1.7, 1.8 SN area at 93%, that's going to be a fantastic place to really be dollar cost averaging, in my opinion. As I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot give you financial advice, but for me, that would be a fantastic place to be doing it. At 93% retracement, this is a very typical bear market low point. They usually go down as maximum is going to be around 95%, right? And this is a common area that you normally kind of find within bear market low structures. That seems to be where you kind of bottom out for it. So it'd be interesting to see how these altcoins then start to perform going further forward. But at 1.8 cent, I think that's a fantastic deal on Vechain here. So guys, I'm going to leave the video there. There's not too much more to talk about. So if you have found it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done, out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.